So as of Dragon Ball Super Episode 33, the entire Dragon Ball community has been abuzz as to what happened to Goku during his battle against Frost during the Universal God Destruction Tournament. Now, one theory behind this that I have, one out of two theories, may I add, and again, guys, it's only going to be pure speculation and theory, and of course, this was brought up by the entire community in and of itself because a lot of people are also speculating as to what happened, but the theory that I have here is, number one, the subject at hand has to surround the character Hit. Now, as you guys can see right above, when Goku transformed into a Super Saiyan when battling against Frost, the entire Universe 6 team was at buzz as to what just happened because, again, Champa, Kabe, nobody has ever seen a Super Saiyan transformation such as Goku's, of course, and we get to see something very interesting happen with Hit, and I want you guys to pay very close attention as to how Hit operates. Now, if you notice here, we have Kabe and we have Hit, and Hit has one eye open gazing upon as to what Goku has just done. Now, I know you might be asking yourself, well, Alex, why is this so important? Well, I want you guys to bear in mind that ever since Goku and Vegeta Universe 7 has arrived onto the nameless planet, Hit never opened his eyes. Hit always kept his head down. Hit didn't really seem like he cared much about being there in the first place, but for the very first time in the entire series thus far, at least, we see Hit open his eyes. Aside from the intro, of course, with the entire Universe 6 team in action, the question here is, why did Hit decide to open up his eye now as opposed to the entire time he was there? Now, the theory behind this is the fact that a lot of people are talking about Hit having some sort of influence as to Goku fading in and out and losing consciousness during his battle against Frost. Now, some people are saying that Frost may have had an effect onto Goku when he opened up his eye, perhaps maybe doing something that we don't really know too much about, perhaps maybe a mysterious technique where it causes somebody to fade in and out of consciousness, pretty much losing the battle automatically. Now, we get to see Goku, once he made contact with Frost, that he was beginning to stagger, his eyes were beginning to get all glary and stuff, and then, you know, Goku just fades out, Frost kicks him outside of the ring. That pretty much concludes the battle between Frost and Goku. Now, the question here is, did Hit have any sort of influence to Goku losing the battle? Now, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, guys, I would love to know your opinions down below. I do think that if by some chance, of course, Hit did in fact have some sort of influence as to, you know, making Goku stagger and allowing him to fade in and out of consciousness, losing the battle. If that's the case, if Hit only did that by opening up his eye, and again, if that's the case, then that just means that Hit is going to be an absolute problem to the entire team of Universe 7, I believe, at least, even to Monaka. Even though Monaka is supposed to be the strongest person on Universe 7's team, given the circumstance that if Hit was the one responsible for just doing that with opening up his eye, then how is he going to fare up against the entire team in and of itself? If he fights Goku, if he fights Vegeta, if he fights Piccolo, even if he fights Monaka, it's going to prove that he is going to be battle tested and he will serve a huge purpose in this tournament because, again, even at this point, even if he was the last one remaining on Universe 6's team, I do think that he would hold his own relatively well. Now, again, I do believe that maybe he had some sort of influence as to what happened, but then as I'm thinking that, the other part of me is guessing, well, why would he even care about Goku versus Frost in the first place? I mean, isn't he just there to compete and just leave? I don't think Hit is the type of person to really care too much about who's gonna win and who's gonna lose. I do think Hit has his own agenda behind his plans and his motives of being there. Is he a bad guy? We don't know. Is he a good guy? We don't know. Is he strong? I believe so, absolutely. I mean, I have a lot of faith and I have a lot of, excitement going into seeing him fight because he just looks very ominous. You know, he gives off that Pycon / Perfect Cell vibe, and so I do think he's dangerous. But did he have an effect on Goku? There's a large part of me that says no, but there is a little part of me that says yes. Now, the reason why I say no is because, again, I don't think Hit really cares too much about Goku's fight with Frost because it's not involving him, and nor do I think Hit really cares about the entirety of this tournament. But the only reason why a little part of me is guessing yes is because I'm pretty sure that his motives are to win. I mean, he's not there to lose. And if by some chance he did cause Goku to fade in and out of consciousness, then what was the technique he used and how do you apply it? Because, again, that was the very first time, at least to my knowledge, that he opened up his eyes throughout the entirety of being there. He never once opened up his eyes aside from taking the test. Now, that doesn't really count because, again, you have to open up your eyes to take the test. But aside from taking the test, he never really acknowledged anybody. He never really cared about introducing himself. He didn't really care about anything legitimately. So I'm pretty sure that Hit does have qualities and traits about him that make him very dangerous. Now, whether or not he has, telepathy or some sort of influence onto the mind itself is unknown because I don't think we've ever seen a villain before attack you from the inside. Aside from Babidi playing with your mind, I don't think we've ever seen a villain attack your mind directly. Now, if Hit is able to attack your mind, if he's able to manipulate your brain and manipulate your nervous system and stuff, then that's going to play into a very interesting factor because everyone we do know of as of right now just matches up in terms of physical skill, but we don't really know of any character that matches up in terms of mental skill. Like, we don't know what kind of mental capacities or mental abilities he has to mess with your mind first before messing with your body. Can you imagine that for a second? Someone, instead of attacking your body, they attack your mind. I mean, mean, that's the most powerful tool. You need your mind to, you know, live on and just be conscious and whatnot. So imagine if someone like Hit isn't really attacking your physical body, but he's attacking your brain. He's attacking you from the inside, your mental state. So who knows? Is it possible? Absolutely. I mean, it's not irrational to believe that no, he never really had any influence, because again, we don't really know what happened to Goku, not until the manga comes out, not until, you know, more of the episodes are released. But in my personal opinion, did Hit have an influence onto Goku losing? A large part of me says no, but a very small part of me says yes. So I'm gonna have to go with no here, because again, I don't think Hit cares. I don't think Hit really wants to get involved in that, because it's not involving him. But again, if by some chance he did have an influence to Goku losing, then the question is how and why. So comment down below. I would love to know your overall thoughts on this. A lot of you guys have been talking about one of 3 theories, one of them being Frost using a mysterious technique, the other one being Hit, and the last one being Goku losing on purpose. So I'm gonna cover all 3 topics and state how I feel alongside showcasing your comments as well. But what do you guys think here? Did Hit have an influence? Comment down below and let me know, guys. Once again, thank you all for watching. If you guys are Dragon Ball fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you guys don't miss a single Dragon Ball update. If you guys are excited about what's to come with Dragon Ball Super, Frost versus Piccolo, possibly having Monaka versus Hit, or Goku versus Hit if he re-enters, smash that like button, guys. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching. Once again, don't forget to help rate, share, comment, and subscribe to help the channel out. It really means a lot to me. God bless you all, and I'll be seeing you all in the next theory and speculation video. Take it easy, guys. Peace.